Go ahead. We're ready.
Good day, fellow citizens of the United States. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is John Adams. I was born on October 30th, 1735 in Braintree, Massachusetts, in the upper room of our two-story home. Our home, like many others, had an open fireplace where my mother would cook our food. Many colonial women lived in danger of catching on fire while cooking. My mother lived in this fear every day. I had always dreamed of attending Harvard College and becoming a lawyer. In 1759, I became a lawyer, but I lost my first case. I was disappointed at this failure, but I trusted the Lord and kept on practicing law. A few years later, I met the love of my life, Abigail Smith, and we married in 1764. Our marriage was like no other. No matter where we were always writing love letters to each other and informing each other about what was happening. My letters to Abigail also helped to keep the colonists informed. 1 year after our marriage, we had our first and only daughter, Abigail, also known as Nabby. We also had 3 sons, John Quincy, Charles, and Thomas. In 1768, I moved my family to Boston to defend John Hancock against a smuggling charge. More and more British troops were arriving in Boston every day. The citizens of Boston did not like having British troops in their city. One day, citizens began arguing with the British troops. They began throwing snow, ice, sticks, and stones. More British troops were called to the scene, and they fired upon the crowd of people. 5 colonists were shot and killed. I was asked to defend the British troops, for I thought they acted in self-defense. This incident is known as the Boston Massacre. It was this incident and another incident known as the Boston Tea Party that led me into politics. I joined my cousin Samuel Adams as a delegate to the Continental Congress in 1774. I was also one of the 56 delegates to sign the Declaration of Independence. 2 years later, I sailed to France to try to convince them to give us military supplies to help us gain our independence. I was elected Vice President in 1789, serving under President George Washington. After President Washington did not want to run for a 3rd term, I was elected President in 1796. I was the first president to live in the White House. My oldest son, John Quincy, became president in 1825. We were the first 2 presidents to become father and son. I died on July 4th, 1826, on the 50th anniversary of the signing of the Declaration of Independence. My famous last words were, "Thomas Jefferson survived," not knowing that he died a few hours before me.
Very good.